Hey everyone, Ilya here, and this time we are in T71 in Malinovka in a tier 9 battle. We are the only light tank of the team. There is only one light tank in the other team, another T71. T71 became very popular because it's very good now. Like, the only drawback of the tank is pretty so-so gun handling, but apart from that everything is so just great. And very huge magazine of 900 damage on tier 7, that's really dangerous with pretty good pen. So I started with making sure that enemy T71 doesn't take a bush on the other end of the field, and since he wasn't there, well, he wasn't going to that bush. Well, I've done my job. I made sure he wasn't there, and we see a Soviet tier 8 tank destroyer IS-3 in the bushes here. I was pretty aggressive there because I knew that the only tank that can outspot me is T71 if it goes right at me, but then I can just turn around and get back. Since it wasn't there, it wasn't running at me, I knew that, well, nobody can spot me if I'm careful enough, if I keep some distance, because T71 has really great view range of 390 on a tier 7. That's really the best, yeah, it's the best view range there. It's compensated by a below average camo, but you know, when there are no other light tanks and you can keep distance, then of course your even 30% camo, which for light tank 30% camo is bad, but like if you spot mediums or heavies, then it doesn't matter, you outspot them anyway, of course. So I decided to go to the other flank. There was nothing for me to do on the field because we had too few tanks there. There was nobody to spot, and the only way I could spot the hill where their medium stand, which is, what is it, like G7F F7, yeah. The only way you can spot those tanks is only after a shot from the field, and I don't want to risk my hit points. I don't want to be spotted because you need to get spotted to be shot at. So that wasn't an option. I decided to go here. This place allows you to do some good early spotting on the tanks that go up the hill, on the tanks that, well, you see right now, I'm getting some assistance on them, because we had also quite some tanks going up the hill, which is nice, which doesn't happen very often, that so many tanks go up there. But as you see, enemies can really shoot me pretty easily. So my team can shoot enemies, but enemies can shoot me, and I'm just using the fact that I'm relatively mobile and I'm also pretty small. So if I wiggle left, right, and turn all the time and move, then I'm pretty difficult target to hit in some tier 7, tier 8 tanks, which don't have the best guns, you know, because on tier 10, all tanks are more or less accurate. Well, they are definitely more accurate than on tier 7 and tier 8, so you can be more aggressive in when you play some middle tiers, some tier 6, tier 7, tier 8 lights. If you don't see tier 9, tier 10 tanks, you can be really more aggressive. You can be not really 100% confident that you won't be hit, but it will be a lot easier to avoid enemy fire. And I'm using that, well, I used that, I already left that flank. I realized that there were so many enemy tanks there, and there was already nobody to shoot them. Everyone left the shooting range, so to say. And also I was already in too much danger because there were so many enemy tanks that if they all started to shoot down on me, then, well, they will definitely hit me because there are just so many guns. And I don't have that many hit points to take many shots, so I decided to move to the other flank. I saw Yak Panther 2, I knew that, well, I could do something with it. And the last tank that I expected to see here was T71. That was totally out of plan. Like, because if I were T71 on the other team, that's really the last place I would go to, because, you know, I'm the only light, then I have to be on the front line, I have to do something useful for my team, and I'm just in the corner of the map, come on. If there are 4 lights in your team, or, well, yeah, in your team, then you can go to anywhere. To any corner of the map, you will control some part of the map. But if you are the only light, you can't afford to sit in the bush, essentially. It's either some super mega cheat bush that will allow you to spot the whole team, or you can't just afford to sit in the bush. Because light tank has to do 2 things. It spots for the enemy team, And it should also not allow the enemy light tanks to spot the team. Because, okay, suppose you spot the enemy team pretty well, but if you don't counter enemy lights in any way, then your team dies, because your team is all spotted, and the enemy team is all spotted. Then, well, you don't know which team dies, but you don't want to risk that. That's why in the beginning of the battle, the first thing I did was really not to spot all the enemy team to get it killed, no. The first thing I did was to counter the enemy light tank, so that it doesn't get our team killed. So the enemy T71 did really something strange to me in terms of tactics. Although I kinda understand him that it was hard for him to spot something somewhere, because most of their team actually went to the hill too. It's a pretty interesting battle. Not many players these days go to the hill, at least not like 10 tanks. Usually like 3-4 tanks go there, maybe 5, but in this case we have, yeah, we saw like not dozen but like 8 tanks went there. Many. I think enemy T71 could do something, although it wasn't easy. Maybe I would play from the middle if I were on the other team, but definitely not in the corner of the map. So I made my way around the whole map. I'm in the back of the enemy team, and well, I get this side of M103. I was shooting here and there, and finally I can get back to commenting on what I do here. Well, that's nothing special. No super genius tactical decisions. I just found that I wasn't useful in the middle. I went around the whole map. Thank God I was supported by Leo, by Ice3, or yeah. And, well, I found myself in the back of the enemy team, but there are too many bushes, so it's hard. I'm trying to find some use for my 2 last shells on the magazine, like, come on, I have 2 shells, I want to do something with them. And, well, KV3 spots me, I know that I won't use them now, so I reload immediately with the short magazines, as I said in one of my previous videos. If you don't see who are you gonna shoot in the next, like, 3 seconds, then just reload. And being spotted by KV3 meant automatically that I won't shoot anywhere in the next 10 seconds, definitely, so I just went for a reload. I couldn't help against Lorraine because I don't have hit points already. I was hit, and Lorraine still has some shells in the magazine. I don't know how many, and well, I'm between 3 enemy tanks. That's not very nice in T71, you know, tier 7 tank, and between tier 7, tier 8 and tier 9 tank. I'm not sure odds are in my favor there, so I left. And there is T71, and I hid behind the bush, but too late. Yeah, I should have done it before the first shot. I thought too late about it. That was a mistake. And, well, I'm glad that Lauren didn't follow me. Probably Lauren has already reloaded, but it didn't go after me. Alright, now there are very few of us and few hit points on our team. And we're also, well, relatively low tier. And, well, the enemy team is doing pretty well. They have M103, which has 400 meters view range. That's important. In the end of the battle, on the open map, it's very important. They have KV3, they have quick Lorraine with some HP, with enough magazine to kill whatever tank it needs from our team. It definitely kills any isolated tank from our team. So I spot KV3, I spot M103, and my primary target is M103. I even loaded heat because I need 100% pen at M103. But yeah, loading heat doesn't mean that... The fact that I loaded heat doesn't mean that I loaded brain. And I was recognized by one of the players of my team. At this moment, like, sorry mate, this isn't the best moment to write me something in chat, because like I'm really a bit busy, you know. Like, I'm very glad when people recognize me. Like, I blush every time. That happens not very often, but from time to time it's a nice and a weird feeling. But like, you chose the worst moment to do that. Because probably I don't have Lauren on my right, because the only way Lauren could spot me after a shot is only if it were standing in the bushes. But why would it stand in the bushes if it doesn't know where I am? So yeah, it wasn't there, and I So I told RT to focus M103 because M103 has 400 meters view range, so I need to kill the tank that can spot me. After that, KV3 is blind, I can do anything with it. Like, no matter how much hit points I have. Maybe I'm down on 1 HP, I can still kill KV3 easily, of course, just because it's blind. So without M103, it feels a lot better. Now the real threat is Lorraine, of course, because it's quick, it has some view range, it can stand somewhere in the bushes, and it has a magazine, so it won't just shoot me once, it will shoot me once, and, well, the second shot will be my last shot. Which is a sad thing, of course. I'm going to rescue IS-3, and IS-3 is getting killed by Lorraine, obviously, because there was like 300, that's Lorraine's alpha damage. That's very sad. Well, I have to kill KV3 quickly, and I have to do something about Lorraine. And, well, I have an idea where Lorraine is, of course, because it killed IS-3, so the only place it could be from is from F0E0, yeah. I set KV3 on fire, shoot again. Well, I guess it died from fire, yeah. Whew, alright. I'm not sure if shooting first will help me, but I can definitely use bushes. Well, I will try to use bushes. Not really try to, but it would be better to use bushes. If I could just shoot Lorraine, like, you know, drive back from the bushes and shoot it without being spotted. But I'm not really sure that's going to happen, and I don't really want to wait. There is not much time left, and it's all or nothing, and I'm pretty sure Lorraine went to the hill. I don't know why, just I had that feeling because it was shooting from F0E0, so the most logical decision would be to go to the hill. And yes, Lorraine was indeed on the hill, and I managed to dive right into the safety so that it can't reach me. And RT, yeah, I think RT pre-aimed there because I asked it to. RT player in this battle, we really cooperated well. It shot M103 because maybe RT would hit KV3 if I haven't told it, because, you know, KV3 has more HP, so it can deal more damage to it. But no, RT hit M103 and I managed to finish it off. That was a very important decision. And now RT, I think it turned to the hill when I asked it to, so that's nice. And, well, the last enemy tank, the artillery, you know, with the new artillery accuracy, you can never be sure that it won't kill you, because actually the number of shotgun shots has increased dramatically. RT is so accurate now that, well, it hits maybe not 9 out of 10, but like 7, 8 out of 10. So light tank one-on-one, one-shot light tank versus one-shot RT, artillery wins most of the time. So I asked RT to pre-aim at the location where enemy RT can be, so that if I spot it, even at least after a shot, our RT kills it. And then I go through the bushes so that I'm spotted as late as possible. Even if RT spots me first, if RT stands in the bushes, it will spot me as late as possible, and I will be able to get as close to it as possible to make sure that I spot it at least after it shoots me. And, well, I'm driving and it's not there, and yeah, finally it is, and I shoot once, I shoot twice, and it splashes me, and our RT, yeah, nice job. I think that was pretty good cooperation, and I think it was a pretty interesting battle. If there was something interesting or useful to you, then give this video a like, or let me know in comments. Maybe you would have done something differently, or you just want to express your emotions about it, or maybe you don't care. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.